Hey guys, how's it going? How's it going? I'm back. So, anyways, no, I don't want to close that damn thing. See, this is the problem I have now with the internet going. I was just getting out of that program anyway. So that was, if you guys saw that, that's Workers and Resources. There's other programs too. There's a multiplayer aspect to one I actually enjoy doing. I won't show you guys this. It's where the hell does it go? Where did it go? I can't even see the stuff on my screen. What the hell? I don't care what updates are available. Oh, that's because of the... Jesus, Murphy. Get out of here. I don't care about updates. I'm just trying to find the other one. There it is, Stormworks. Build and Rescue Stormworks. This game is really cool. I've been trying to get Scott to get in this one because I'm still playing it and it's fun. There's other ones too, like The Crew 2. That can be multiplayer as well. Stormworks is really neat because there is a train in it, but if you want it, I have more fun with doing the different missions and trying to find and explore. And I got a cool looking yacht in this that I got off the thing. So there's a lot of things that are keeping our mind off of, or getting our mind off of the unfortunate. I missed 2 days of vacation on March break, or the spring break for what you guys would call down in the States. We have March break, and we have the Easter break coming up, which I would get 1 day off, but he's not going to be ready by then for anything. I'm hoping by the May 2-4 and the May holidays he'll be fine. If not, July is when my next vacation is. I don't know if he's going to be ready. We just don't know. Ultimately, it's going to be up to him, I think. And by July, the best thing about July is he won't be in school, so that could be a good thing, and it might allow him to get more towards a normal life and not have to worry about the burden of school. It's really strange. He's got chronic pain, at least that's what they're saying, but he's also going through psychological issues because of it, and all kinds of different things that are going on. There's things that he loves doing that he no longer is interested in. It's really it's a long road, put it that way. I've missed some time at work. I missed some time today. Went to McMaster in Hamilton. He's not admitted or anything. He's home. He's glad to be home. He's most comfortable when he is at home, because the only time he's somewhat comfortable is on his couch, or either a couch upstairs or downstairs. Tuesdays and Thursdays I usually have him. I now go upstairs with him. Because it takes too long to go up and down the stairs. It takes too much of an effort. So anyways, enough of the negative stuff. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to focus in on my negativity, perhaps somewhat out of frustration, whether it be built-in frustration because of what's going on with my son, maybe some frustration with Run 8, I don't know. But I had a couple people unsubscribe, which is no big deal. I mean, you don't want to be here, that's okay. It's up to you. No one's forcing you here. But the subscribers are still here, and I appreciate the support. For the most part, I would say. I think I was at 442 or something. I'm down to 440. I'm not really doing much of anything to keep that subscriber base. And I wouldn't blame losing 100 people at this point, because I'm not really producing anything. I really want to see what Run 8 does next and take the easy way as opposed to going the hard way. Going the hard way would be for me to just go in and do something and see what happens. But John Greenstone and I were having a conversation over on Train Sim, if you want to call it conversation or a forum discussion. I won't go to it. But the discussion that was taking place, and I think he took exception to some of the things I was saying. But there was probably just a misunderstanding, or I heard different things a certain way that even he had mentioned, and perhaps I took it out of context or thought it meant something else, whether it be editors and all this other stuff. Editors are not coming to Run 8 as far as I know. He's totally against them, but he is willing to put in spawn points. If he puts the spawn points in, that may get me into getting back into things again, at least trying and seeing, if I can play in single player under my own power and enjoy it, then I might do it. I've been thinking about doing a single player route for a while, or back into multiplayer. The thought has crossed my mind. My rail driver still sits here. I really haven't replaced it, but I'm in no hurry to get back into train simulation as it stands right now. That could change if there's a different route that appeals to me or has me interested. Let me go back to the various routes and the various scenarios that we've tried and false started and just gave up on, basically. I did Florida. Florida was, you can't dispatch and honk the horn at the same time. And what happened with Southern Florida was, if I was running a train, you have all those grade crossings. You just can't go into the dispatcher in that area and do two things at once. It's just very difficult to do. If there was an external dispatcher that worked, that'd be great. And I know there's TSCAT, I think, still works with it, and I could probably hook up a second computer and maybe I would be able to do it. But it's a difficult process and it's not for me. There is the hump in the Northeast that doesn't work properly. It does not handle auto racks. It does not handle reefers. It's never been fixed. I don't know what the issue is, but it's never been fixed. As far as I'm concerned, it just gets stuck. Is there a workaround to it? Possibly. I don't know. If you guys know of a workaround, maybe I'd consider it. But honestly, if it's not functional for certain car types, and you just have to, well, you can't put auto. I understand if you can't put auto racks down, and you can take your trains out so you don't have certain types and blah blah blah. Everything's fine. So the Northeast, as it is, the Northeast it has nothing to do. The route is very beautiful. The problem for me, the Northeast, is I get bored very quick of it. And I wanted to do something out of Selkirk at one time. I figured it was more relaxing as opposed to flat switching all my trains, so I thought maybe. Scott and I were trying a Mojave-based, I don't know what the hell we were doing, Trona or something like that, and I was for it, but it lost its appeal for me very quick. Him and I could not get together. We seemed to, he'd be on and I'd be on, and his emails, I don't know what was happening with the emails, but we would lose contact. I mean, he'd send a message to me at one time, and something was going on with the emails where I wouldn't get it 10 hours later, and I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's my internet, because I was at work and I was getting the same issues with him. So I don't know what happened to his emails, but it just didn't seem to work. And trying to get the same times and whatever, it's just too much. I want something that I can run, that I don't have to rely on it, because say for example, say tonight, okay, it's 6:53 p.m. right now. I know right now I got nothing going on except doing laundry, and that's it. So now I'm trying to find myself something to do because it's a Wednesday night, and I mean, I could go to Brantford. Actually, I'm trapped in the driveway right now, so I'm not going anywhere. I couldn't even do groceries tonight if I wanted to. I mean, somebody would be able to move for me if they wanted to, I suppose. But no, I'm not even going to bother. I'm sticking in tonight. I was already out that way today down to McMaster. I don't feel like traveling anymore. I'm comfortable being home tonight. So that's fine. But yeah, so we had the Mojave project going on. That was okay, except it takes a long time to get up the hill to get to a couple industries there. There's a few industries nearby. It's okay. It doesn't suit my taste very well. You got your desert and mountain type thing, and it doesn't suit me. I don't know if Bakersfield would suit me or not. The problem with Bakersfield is there's no westbound spawn points right now. So I had two ways of doing this. I either wait, which is probably what I'm headed for because it'll at least give me time to think and see what happens, or I go into RTS and I program it. Believe it or not, I was thinking of going into the program tonight and writing code, and then I decided that's not fun. There's other fun things you can do, Sean, with your time. Why bother? Who are you trying to prove it to? Because really, I don't need to. And it's unfortunate because I know there's some people who really want to see it, and it's just like, no, it's not there right now. At some point, I will have some time, especially on a weekend where my son and I my son and I are bored lately because on the weekend, he's down here. We're going to be playing video games until I can get him outside again. Got to get him better first. But, so yeah, so I'm looking forward to possible updates. It's good to see. I mean, I'm glad the route's there. I thought... I made a comment about third-party developers too, because they didn't seem to be announcing third-party developers on their website, but apparently the third-party developers were involved in this Bakersfield thing. So that's great, but I've also heard that there was talk about other regions and other things, so I'm looking for those possibilities down the road. Otherwise, for me, it's not as appealing as it once was. And that's just the way it is. Everything changed with multiplayer. Sorry, everything changed in version 2, but then everything changed, and suddenly it was like, oh, you can't have your cake and eat it too, or something. I don't know, but it was a lot different than what it was before, and my situation has changed now. I can't host a server. I can't even stay online long enough. So I'll probably go into the video manager later. I'll play around with that and see what happens. I wanted to show you what I was up to, though, because I hadn't posted in a while. I'm still... do I still have ideas for programs? Yeah, but in order for me to do programs, I don't want to be able to do... I don't want to be an independent, do-it-alone type person. I want to have a team. I want to be able to create things and have people that are more, how would you say? I'm not necessarily artistic, but I'm good at dealing with data and simple, tedious type projects. I don't mind the tedious projects, especially if I can make a dent in it. More basic type things. So for me, or even playing around with data, like going in and here's some data, or plot some maps or build a route. They call them route slaves in Run 8. That's the kind of thing I want to do. I don't want to be sitting and coding an entire simulator. That's just not what I have in mind. And when I see something like Workers and Resources that do have a train system in it, albeit not ideal, and it's certainly not a simulator. It's a tycoon type. I wouldn't call it a tycoon, but it's a city builder more or less. Oh yeah, and I had Railroad Empire, which was I wanted to refund that thing, and I ran it too far. Railway Empire, I just do not like that. It was no, I can't even remember why I didn't like it. Subsistence has some updates as recently. I'm still enjoying Subsistence actually. Um, my son and I were playing it this past weekend, so that's good. Um, but anyways, I just wanted to let you get Donna. Man, I wish I'd been playing that for a while. It's been a while, but so I wanted you guys just to know what was going on with me. That I'm still here. I'm still trying to find that little niche that's going to keep me going. That's the one thing I miss about not being in Run 8 actively, was that it used to take so much of my time, and now I miss it. And if I had a good internet connection and I was able to dispatch on a regular basis, I would certainly go on to the sessions and dispatch Run 8 sessions. I'd have no problem with that. But because I don't have a good internet connection, me dropping out and dropping in and trying to set up the fleets and all that other crap is tedious. It takes away from it. So for now, yeah, there might be there's plug-in wall things that you can get. I may consider that down the road, so I can do Wi-Fi through the walls, see if it works from upstairs to downstairs, if it's any better. I'll think about that maybe in the next fall. I'm not worried about it or this coming fall. I'm not going to worry about it right now, though. You can see my connection level is starting to go down, but it's not dropping me yet. So that's just the way it is. And I was going to do some programming tonight and live stream it or something. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe I'll do programming later. Maybe I'll get bored and do it. I don't know. I can't say for sure. It's just, I want to take advantage as much as I can of the weather. What temperature is that, like 6 degrees? That's a little cool for this time of year, but we've had a cool day. We actually had snow earlier today. That looks good. 17, yes. Saturday, damn. Of course, it's always the day that I'm with my son that whole day. I'm going to take a break at some point and say, hey, Jackie, you take him. Take Emmett. Have some fun with him for a few hours, about an hour. Let him play with the cats. I'm going for a walk, because I'm going for a walk that day. I want to get the boat out so bad, and it's just like, there's so much I want to do right now, and I can't. It's not that I can't. The other day, I went rail fanning. I actually went rail fanning for the first time in months, or it seems like months. So I think it's the first time since the fall, early winter. Because, rail fanning in the winter, you don't do it too much. It's kind of too cold. Stay inside, do other things, right? So I think late fall was the last time Emmett and I were out rail fanning. We were setting up the ATC. We had the ATCS. I just got a laptop from a friend. I think it was in the winter. And on Sunday. Sunday, after I got my son upstairs after 3 o'clock, I went down to Grimsby. I was going to go to Brantford, but then the traffic was pretty busy. But actually, tonight would have been a really good night to go to Brantford. It's a little late now, though. I should have thought about that earlier. I should have said, yeah, I want to. But I got laundry to do right now, anyways. So I got too much going on. Wednesday's a bad night to travel. But anyways, any hoot. So. Thanks for putting up with me. Sorry about the title, guys. This isn't the title. I'll change it later. But do communicate with me. You can always... my forum's dead, but you can certainly... There's the latest videos. Colonel Failure, if you want to look more about this game, go check out Colonel Failure's channel. He's got a lot in on Soviet resource. So just look up Colonel Failure on YouTube. Who is that? Well, that's Railway Empire again. Wow. He's still doing Railway Empire, huh? That's why I was getting into him. But anyways, yeah, do check out some of these channels. They're ones that I enjoy. You might enjoy them too if you're into those things, for sure. But yeah, I'm still hanging. I'm still I'm going to be around. I'm still in the community, so if you want to leave a comment or anything, you can obviously comment on the YouTube when it's up. Or Railroad Transportation Simulator is still a thing. It's not dead yet. It's I said not done yet, and then nothing happened. But anyways, I'm not done yet. I'm not willing to give this up. It's still a concept. It's still hopefully something that I can manifest at some point. Maybe my son's gonna, with not being out as much, maybe I can get him into the programming side. That would be interesting. But it's gonna. I'd love to do something right now that will get his mind off of his limitations right now, and just get his mind working again instead of. Cause he watches a lot of YouTube right now because it's the only thing keeping him sane at the moment. Because he's in pain, frustrated, you name it. So do post here. Let me know. I'll post a forum here. This forum is practically dead. It's okay. It's just me. My YouTube is what it is. If you guys want to hang around, all I can say is, I'm still on Train Sim Forum as well. I'm still active on Train Sim Forum. I'm still very interested in what Run 8 has to offer down the road. I'm very interested in what Run 8 is going to have with version 3. I will certainly take a look. I wish everybody the best. My rail driver is not going away. I have hope that I will one day be able to use this again and start enjoying it. But for now, the interest is not there in its current form, and that's just the way it is with me, simply because I can't participate in the multiplayer sessions, nor was I really participating anyways, other than dispatching, which I still enjoy doing, but running trains just for the sake of running trains doesn't appeal to me. You need more of a purpose for me. And, I wanted more of a purpose for a while. I wanted more of a not so big of a region. Every time California expands, everybody thinks they have to expand the whole thing. I want to work. If we only have, put it this way, I'll give you an example. And this is the problem. See, I'm going to the negative again, but I want to reiterate this. The issue with the bigger, the issue with the smaller groups and the bigger routes is that there's not enough people to do the work. And every single region in Run 8 right now has plans of expanding. What I want to see is a region pop up that is going to focus on quality versus quantity. I'm not saying there's no quality in these routes. There is. I'd like to see quality. I'd like to see better looking industries, perhaps. Something that really appeals to a smaller base. Something that can be run by 6 to 8 people, maybe on a 24-hour basis. Maybe less. Something can be run by a few people. That's the kind of thing that I want to see. Now, of course, doing so requires less traffic, or would mean less traffic, perhaps. I take a look at railroading in Niagara, for example, down here. We see 3 trains in the morning, 3:31, 4:21, and 4:22. I saw 4:22 yesterday, and it was cool. It was cool seeing them. And 3:30 comes at night. 3:30 was a train I saw the other night. And then you have a couple Amtrak trains, and you have Go Transit service as well. So, which is one a day down this end, or twice a day, I guess. One way, one the other way, coming home at night, Monday to Friday. Yeah, but something as simple as that. I know it's not as appealing dispatching wise because you don't see as much. But that actually has me more interested, because there I can say, oh, hey, I can switch that 1 yard, or I can be part of that 1 yard. And if somebody else wants to do it, well, that's fine too. And they can do it, and I can maybe run a main line, or I can, it's, yeah, you don't need a dispatcher the whole time. And that's the dilemma, because I like dispatching, but dispatching requires more trains, which most of those trains require something to do. Now, if we had the ability to have full dispatcher coverage, in other words, dispatch a territory that's not so freaking big, but actually have one dispatcher in a group of 6. So this night, one person's dispatcher. I think of the Model Railroad Club a lot, that I used to belong to. And they had 2 dispatchers, but they didn't run that many trains. They ran in a 24-hour session. There was only 12 trains that they ran, yet they had 2 dispatchers. They had a dispatcher for the one line that didn't even have all 12 of those trains. Might have 6 or 8, and then the rest would come on to the other territory along with others. It was kind of like a hub. Everything ran into the car chase sub, and then you had kind of like a branched line type thing that had the real dispatcher, because that was the majority of the dispatching on the layout. But something like that, so that if a few people get together, all of a sudden it's just like, hey. And if the fear is, well, gee, you got too many people and not enough too. Well, guess what? Run 8 can have 2-man crews. Run 8 can have all kinds of things. Run 8 can have foremen. Let's have foremen. Let's go have a foreman truck. Go inspect the track. Why not? You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you can do if you get too many people. And if you have a selection of regions that you can choose from, if you get a group that grows, you could always decide as a group, hey, do we want to go for a bigger route? Do we want to go for a bigger challenge? The problem with California is to run it 100% prototypically, nobody in Run 8 can do it. I don't care if you're a Run 8 depot. I don't care who you are. Nobody. And I mean nobody, not one group. I don't care how good Run 8 Depot thinks they are. They are the best. They cannot run that line at 100% capacity 24/7. It isn't going to happen. They don't have enough people. However, a smaller group is capable of running a smaller region, including 24/7 coverage or on-demand coverage. Even on on-demand, there's not enough people to run all the trains that you would normally see in a 24-hour period and keep up to on a 24-hour basis. And that's the whole issue I have right now. Run 8, I was always hoping was going to become that. I was always hoping the base was going to expand and build. Instead, you have these little subgroups or whatever, and they go off their merry ways, and some are more popular than others, and that's great. But you really don't have, everybody. Even RTS. I mean, you had RTS, you had the California guys, and you had the guys down in the southeast. The guys in the southeast for RTS, I get along with them fine, but they like to do things differently. They're not into the dispatch. They don't care about the dispatch. They don't care about it. They're more into the switching, which is fine. That's why I've never really gone back to the server, because for me, it's not all about the switching. I like dispatching. I like to know that I have a session. That's why I've never really gone back to the southeast, and it's not because I don't like the guys. It's just that it's not for me. And why I never gone to Run 8 Depot besides personal differences. The reason why Run 8 Depot didn't appeal to me besides personal differences is they're not really running what I would call, they're pretty close. I would still say the Southwest has the best. They do the closest I've seen prototypically. I can't speak for Highball. I don't know what they do. I know they're popular. But like I said, if you just run trains and just let them run out of a spawner or whatever the hell it is, it's okay. You're representing what's possible or real. Even I was using the spawners for a while. Everybody was using them. But the thing about the Southwest, what I like is they have train masters. They have guys who actually get ready and spawn different trains. Some of them are pre-made up. Some of them are with the spawn generator. Back in the day, we used to do the RTS generated stuff. And believe me, I've thought about, can I contribute? Can I put RTS back on the map as far as software? But because I'm not interested in it and I don't like programming, there's no motivation. I just, and I wish there was, but there isn't. There's really no motivation for me to get into that again. Not yet. That doesn't mean I don't support. Run 8 is the best. Run 8 is the best train simulator on the planet. Period. And yeah, I had some ideas of my own, and I could probably do things of my own. But at the end of the day, just because I can do things on my own doesn't necessarily. I thought about the yard stuff. Yeah, I can do it. It's not a question that I can't do it, it's the question is, am I going to enjoy it? And number one, and number two, am I going to get bored of my own project? And I don't know. I feel as though I want to do things. I want to get more. I put it this way: I want to do more things than do things on the computer. Let's say, I want to do things outdoors more. I want to do things. Unfortunately, right now I'm kind of stuck indoors most of the time because, well, I shouldn't say I'm stuck indoors, but I do my work and then, whatever's going on with my kiddo and that. So I want to take advantage of the fact that I am indoors a little bit more, and maybe, just maybe, I can figure out something, but just to make RTS compatible with version 2 for the sake of doing it and to please a couple people. I think I have 2 or 3, maybe 4 people that might be interested in it that I know. If there's more than 4 people that are interested in RTS 2, let me know. I'd be curious. I'm sure there is, but as far as I know right now, I can think of, off the top of my head, I know of maybe 3 people that would be interested in RTS 2. 3 people. And here's my forum. Do I see anything that's saying, hey, yeah, come on, Sean? There's no motivation here. So a lot of people are interested in the servers that we used to run, but I don't see anybody interested in the software. So, you know what I mean? I don't see enough of it. And even if I did, is that enough to motivate me? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have a good answer for that one, to be honest. So, anyways, guys, appreciate it. I do appreciate the support. I appreciate the ones that are still hanging in. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm still around. But until I can figure out what I want to do, I was even going to start doing some, if you guys like, because I do want to add things to the channel and keep the channel going. I don't want the channel to die. Let me know what you want to see on the channel that I can help with. That would be interesting. If there's certain simulators you want me to run, if you want me to go into certain things and maybe I'll do some editing. I wouldn't mind doing that for you guys. I don't mind. Editing is a pain in the you know what, but I was even thinking of doing some, if I can get out on certain nights and getting back into doing some rail fanning and actually recording some stuff. I was going to get into the ATCS side again and actually show you how ATCS is done in the field and set up so that you can monitor it. I might do that. So there's a lot of things that I can try to do to help. Now, I can't see the chat. First of all, if you guys are chatting with me, I don't know what the hell you're talking about in the chat. You want to go talk to me, and I'll post a message on here. Go into this site right here. It's Railroad Transportation Simulator. That's not the... It used to be wikia.com. I don't know where it's got. So you don't have to go through this whole site. Railroad Transportation Simulator.fandom.com. If you go into wikia.com though, I'll show you what I mean. Let me just try this here. Nope, that's not it. So see, that's wikia.com. So if I go into wikia.com, Railroad Transportation Simulator, all one word, and you go to that, it will redirect to Fandom, because Fandom took it over. But it's the same thing. So instead of Wikia, which is what I originally based this on, I am on Fandom. And, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, guys, that's it. I am done for now. I'm going to try to have some fun and figure out what I want to do tonight. You know, just one of those nights. Put the load of laundry in the dryer and then try to decide what I want to do. But anyways, have a good one. Thanks for your support as always, and do post on that site. When this video does get uploaded, I realize I'm not reading comments right now. Certainly post a message in the comment section. Check back on my page in the next, you know, hour or so. I'll have the title in there. Do post a comment. Let me know if there's certain things that you're looking for or certain things you want to see. I certainly take everything into consideration, because I do want to be there for the community. But really, you know, I just want to keep. I want to keep up with the community. I want to keep up with what people are doing. And if I'm no longer relevant, that's okay too. I don't care. You know, that's life. Unfortunately, my feelings and my interests are no longer relevant. So I wish they were. But hopefully, you know, we'll be back with some more updates with Run 8. And if they get the right thing going, I will be back on. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. I keep saying that. I'm going to go now. I got things that I want to do, not things that I have to do. But we will see you.